So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So, it is time to let them at it.
Well, what a game this is, Peter. The pressure on both sets of players is tremendous, and they're both expected to win no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're contesting a title, a final, or just playing for pride. This one's always special.
So straight into the action. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry.
Well, if the pre-game rhetoric is anything to go by, Peter, there's going to be a lot of strong stuff on show here. However it goes, we're in for something special.
Delap receives it in a good position here. Great vision. Danso cuts it out. Now it's Kudus, looking for the run. Nice interception, well timed. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this guy Caicedo really is the definition of the word tireless. One of the best defensive midfielders around, and he does have a constant desire to get forward and contribute to the attack. He can add some energy and dynamism to that, but...
He'll try from distance! Oh, that is outstanding! He's got himself an absolute peach. He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Santos, and he cuts out the supply. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Chelsea clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Solanke. Passing is crisp and sharp. Caicedo did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Solanke.
Chelsea really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Now it's Solanke. Udogi. Oh, that's well spotted. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Danso. Van de Ven. James. And that's another good win of the ball. Maddison. Now it's Solanke. Palmer. João Pedro. Palmer. And he's intervened well there. Pinches it off him.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Solanke. Palmer. And it's Fernandez. He's a sharp little ball here. Could be danger here. João Pedro. João Pedro! We've got a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so...
Oh, good climb! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Well, this ended up in no man's land. He's in a great position here. And it's shapes to shoot! Goal! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
This looks promising. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Caicedo. Well timed, excellent interception.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Looking to play him in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Cucurella. He won't be happy with that one. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. That could spell trouble. Now, this could be a chance. Xavi Simons gets flagged offside. Chalobah. And it's Fernandes.
Liam Delap really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Santos. João Pedro. Caicedo. Somewhat off target. Good ball, good take. Oh, great chance! And Solanke! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Solanke certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Cucurella. Palmer. And Caicedo. Santos. Van der Ven calmly anticipates. Chelsea appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And that's a throw. Maddison. He's being urged to shoot. Tottenham really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Santos. Now it's Fernandes. Now it's Palmer. And it's Simons. And here's Solanke. Kudus. Good read, needed to be.
Tottenham really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Palmer unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. João Palhinha. Romero. And João Palhinha. And it's Maddison. Now Van de Ven. Kudus. Santos. Palmer. And here's Solanke. And he was alert to it. Tottenham have it back and can go again. And he's found a way past. No foul, says the referee. Cucurella. Caicedo. It's a good ball out wide. And he welcomes it in. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared away. And here's Kudus. And now a sudden chance to counter. Pedro Porro. Half an hour gone in the second half. João Palhinha.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And it's James. Caicedo. Over to the right flank. Some really good ball movement. Maddison. Kudus, who's set up one goal so far. And it's João Palhinha. Caicedo. Well, this could be it, past something close to a minor miracle.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Palmer. João Pedro. João Pedro was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Looking for options for movement.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Now it's João Pedro. Tries to play it through. That's an excellent interception. Fernandes. James. Palmer. Santos. João Pedro.
There will be
Liam
1
Delap
minute added time.
tries to pass it through. Oh, that's a key interception. And we're done. Tottenham illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing.
Please put your hands together, everyone, and give out.
So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So bring it on.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
So we're very much on the way now. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, this guy, McAllister, is someone I see as the linchpin in this side. He's a playmaker who loves that little left-sided channel to release people further up the pitch. But I also like to see him play centrally at times. I think
he's having a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. That has ended up in no man's land. Robertson just loves to go forward whenever he can. Fernandez. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, super find. Oh, he's bustling through. Great chance! And he's done it!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So, a breakthrough already. First quarter of an hour gone. João Pedro is onto this. Ekitike.
Chelsea really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Szoboszlai. And he was quick to react. Fernandez. Konate. McAllister. Now it's Isak. Has a look and plays it forward. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Fernandez. Oh, terrible pass. Over to the right flank.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. Jones. Szoboszlai to McAllister. Now it's Isak. Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. Jones. Not the most accurate pass. James. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Ekitike. And he is down. Decent chance! And that would have been some goal.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Fernandez. Now it's Pedro Neto. And it's been played through. Shoots! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Frustratingly close. Gravenberg, and it's Jones. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Pass is just off target. Now it's Palmer. João Pedro. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Look at the space here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Szoboszlai. Now it's Isak. Threads one in, and he plays one through. Oh, he's all alone. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? Caicedo. Well, that has not gone well. Backward it goes.
Chelsea certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Szoboszlai and Gravenberg. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Pedro. Now it's Palmer. Oh, that's a fine interception. And we have our very first corner. That'll be a throw. Gravenberg, McAllister, Ekitike, who's set up one goal so far. Fernandez.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And for the first half, that is that. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Chelsea come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Back on the way then.
Chelsea really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Ekitike. This is a promising build-up. In with the challenge. And the pass is intercepted. Szoboszlai. And it's Frimpong. Crossed into the box. Fofana attempts a clearance. Robertson. And it's McAllister. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking for options for movement. And it's made its way to him. Oh, a guilty! He's had a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He's got a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Liverpool are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Chelsea have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. This is their second corner of the game. Shot could be on. Real chance! And it... Well taken goal. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Chelsea have their lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. He's in a great position here.
Liverpool really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Hops for safety. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Fernandes goes looking wide, and he's quick to return it. Konate deals with that comfortably. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Chelsea clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Not the most convincing of passes. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Ekitike. That's been cut out, well played. Caicedo. Oh, there's a probing ball. Gravenberg. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Jones. Good read, needed to be. Soboslai. Oh, super ball. McAllister. Chalobah gets it away. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Liverpool really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Picked out brilliantly. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now it's Isak. McAllister. Jones. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Colwell gets over and intercepts. Now it's Pedro Neto. Can he get it through? And it's Cucurella. And he's in on goal.
There will be
There's
1
the
minute
shot.
at a time.
No, just not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack.
Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's been caught on it here. James elects to cross. Oh, good effort. Oh, and the referee says that that is it. Chelsea have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. So things are underway. Sommer gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. This looks promising. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in...
Just the keeper in his way, and a chance! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, there's leadership for you. That's what the armband means for him, setting the perfect example, the perfect tone. Tremendous!
That was a given, it always was.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Saka, Gyökeres, now it's Martinelli. Martinelli showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Martinez. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Thuram. Oh, he's been caught napping.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
He's shifting through the gears here. Mkhitaryan.
Inter really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Martinelli. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Mosquera makes the interception. Gyökeres. It's Saka. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Thuram receives it. Oh, great chance! What a save by David Raya! Flings it across. Oh, well played. It's gone out for a throw-in. He's in a good position here. Shot at goal! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And here's Lautaro Martinez. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark.
Martinez really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And it's Barella. Looking for the run. And the finish! And no mistake. And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Damian did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And here's Martinelli. Gyökeres, and the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Saka! No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Carlos Augusto.
Arsenal are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Gabriel spots it and intercepts. Now it's Martinelli. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now that's well seen too. Barella, Martinez, Mkhitaryan. Just past the 40th minute mark. Pinches it off him. Martinez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rice. Time and again they are repelled. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, that is one way to stop him. Çalhanoğlu. And it's Zielinski. And he's heaved it away. That's the end of the first 45. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back.
Gyökeres! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
It's their second corner of the game. Impressive jump. It's a goal. Just as they wanted it. Just when they wanted it. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Just one in it now.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And here's Mkhitaryan. It's not an especially good pass, that. Martinelli. That is ended up in no man's land. Barella. Now it's Martinez. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Rice. Zubimendi. And Calafiori. Not the most convincing of passes. Martinelli. Looking to play him in. And he cuts out the supply.
Arsenal are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Oh, well measured. Rice. And vicious ball here. And he was alert to it. Çalhanoğlu. And it's Zielinski. Mkhitaryan. Martinelli. Akanji gets a foot in here.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Great defending, strong and determined. Inter Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Akanji. Calhanoglu. Bastoni. Calhanoglu. Now, can they get him away? Saka. Might be danger here.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Saliba. And it's Timber. Saka.
Might want to be careful there.
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Zielinski. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Saka. Can he get it through? Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Barella. Martinez. Mosquera with a fine tackle. And they've got rid. Martinelli. Half an hour gone in the second half. Timber. For Rice. Zubimendi. Looking for options for movement. He's in a great position here.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Martinez. Martinez! Oh, that was vital. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Arsenal very much running into the last chance saloon.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the late show.
Zubimendi. Aimed beyond the defence. Martinelli providing an outlet on that flank.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Passing nice and neat. Zielinski. Thuram. And it's Calhanoglu. Now it's Thuram. That's destined for the flank. Martinelli. They get a throw in. Calafiori. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, easy pickings there. He's a sharp little ball here. Nice control. It's a promising position. And he's in on goal. Pass somewhat off target. And there goes the final whistle. Arsenal were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Great chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And he's taking no chances there. He's in a great position here. Tottenham are looking to go forward now. Now it's Solanke. Tries to pass it through. And he's picked out the run. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, modern centre-backs are judged on their ability to defend. But this guy, Christian Romero, is a player who excels up front too. He loves every opportunity to make a forward run. And even when it comes to set pieces, he'll hang around for minutes thereafter in the hope that he might just get an opportunity. So yes, he's a centre-back, but a very different one.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Valverde tries to play it through, and he's found the way past. He's had a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
And it's Porro. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Bellingham. Oh, that's a key interception. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Eder Militao spots it and intercepts. He's a sharp little ball here. And Solanke! He's done very well to get to that.
Solanke really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Now it's Maddison. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
This looks promising. Now it's Mbappe. He's found space here. Vicario claims comfortable. Van de Ven. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Camavinga. Vinicius Junior. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Madrid are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Chouameni, Bellingham, Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Camavinga, Madison. 15 minutes till half-time. Some really good ball movement. Good-looking ball. Mbappe. Now that's well seen too. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. That pass has been well intercepted. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Carreras. Oh, such a clever touch. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Vinicius. Vinicius Junior! Backward it goes. Xavi Simons. Looking to play him in, and it's been played through. Udogi. Now, who's going to be first to this? Now then, the ball's come loose. And claimed it back swiftly. And he's quick to return it. And it's Porro. He's found a way past. He's shifting through the gears here. Kudus' cross. Eder Militao with the clearance. Chouameni, Mbappe. And here's Kudus. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. That's it, 45 minutes up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So neither side yet off the mark.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition, something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Vinicius Junior. Front-footed pressing going on here. Now it's Valverde. And reclaimed it in a trice. And the shot shoots! They've scored!
What a way to stamp your authority on this game, Peter. He was clearly thinking several moves ahead of everyone in the lead-up to the goal. I was thinking at the break someone had to show real courage. That's it.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
The first breakthrough.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
João Palhinha. Great vision. No way through there. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. Madrid ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Solanke. Eder Militao gets it away.
Tottenham really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Now it's Vinicius Junior, and he's intervened well there. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Udogie in acres of space. Kudus! And kept out by the most elastic of saves. Kudus! And that's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And that is fabulous! A true beauty of a goal.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Tottenham restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Bellingham. Now it's Vinicius Junior, and he's heaved it away. Xavi Simons. Now Udogie. Van de Ven. Maddison. And back to the goalkeeper. Now Pedro Porro. And it's João Palhinha. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now Romero. Now, can they get him away? That could spell trouble. Bellingham. Vinicius Junior, foot in. And it's Simons. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Alexander-Arnold. Camavinga has created one goal already. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. So what can they make of this? Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And here's Camavinga. And it's Valverde. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Knocks it into space. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
And it's been hooked away. Plays it out wide. That has not gone well. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Maddison. Van de Ven. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, nothing to